Hey everyone, this is Lomi, and this has been possibly the busiest holiday season I've ever had, and I hate it, so today I'm taking some time out to do the first of my Christmas decorating this year. I can't tell you how much I dislike that this is the first decorating I've gotten to do already a week into December, because while I am a spooky girl, I absolutely love Christmas. I love the lights, the colors, the music, the smells of peppermint and pine. But my husband decided kind of last minute that we were traveling to see his family for Thanksgiving, so we couldn't put up the tree. We rescued a kitten over the summer, and even having people to stop by and check on her, she could not be trusted alone with a Christmas tree. Then, after we got back, there was catching up with housework and appointments and everything else, and the whole first week of December went by without a chance to decorate. My family kept asking me not to do it without them, so I'm hoping that we'll do it this weekend, but I am impatient and I really need my Christmas. So, if nothing else, I'm going to decorate a doll space. I really wanted to make my dolls a grapevine wreath with holly and miniature poinsettias, but it turns out nobody has mini grapevine wreaths this time of year, and nobody had mini poinsettias at all. And I didn't have time to order anything online, so I just changed my plans. I used some floral wire I already had as a base and grabbed some little picks to give me pine branches and berries and stuff to work with. It's not what I planned for, but I will make it work and I will enjoy it, because Christmas is my middle name and I am going to have my holiday spirit whether or not people are cooperating and giving me the time to decorate. I think people assume I'm joking when I tell them that, but my mom is a huge Christmas fan, so yes, Christmas is part of my legal name, not in English, but still. None of the things I got are in scale for dolls, but I am deciding to be okay with that. Sometimes we have to temper our expectations to bring ourselves some joy and happiness, and sitting here working on a wreath brought back a lot of memories of doing crafts with my mom. She always had something for us to do at every time of year, and she always had the house fully decorated for every holiday our family celebrated. Christmas was always the most decorated, and I loved that festivity. I don't love that my studio doesn't have heat, so it was 45 degrees in there when I got started, and that kind of meant the hot glue didn't work as well as it probably should. It kept cooling off too fast, which made it hard to get things to stick the way they should. But I dragged in a space heater, and that helped a little bit, and it let me keep most of the dexterity in my hands. I didn't really have a plan going into this, and just kind of figured I would sit down and see what happened. I think my favorite part of making the wreath was creating the little bow out of the wire-edged ribbon. Back when I used to work at a craft store, the manager of the floral department used to bring me rolls of ribbon on slow days and be like, okay, make bows. So I would make the wire-edged bows the store sold, just dozens and dozens of bows in all different sizes and colors, and this was how we made them. I think it turned out really cute, though the small size of the ribbon and the bow did make it challenging to get the loops to lay the way I wanted. I got it eventually, it just took a bit. The wire that holds the ribbon together is perfect for connecting it to the wreath, and then my little project is just about done. I had one little pine cone left, so I popped that on there and was overall content with the result of my 20 minutes of crafting, so then it was time to decorate for Christmas. There's a door in my studio that leads to the room over our garage, where it was even colder at 40 degrees, and the room is so big that my little space heater didn't do a whole lot. But the room is mostly empty since it just serves as a guest room, and I set up some of my doll furniture in there just so I could decorate. The table I have for my dolls is more of a dining table size than a coffee table, so that's something else I may make for my dolls, but this is good enough for now. I wanted something modern because while my dolls are all characters from the books I write, fantasy worlds obviously wouldn't have Christmas. In Rune and Faral's world, the major holidays are the solstices and equinoxes, so they do have a winter celebration that does involve trees, but they are from a tropical island, so they wouldn't have all this pine stuff. So I keep sort of a modern alternate universe look for my fantasy dolls too, just so I can do things like this, or make modern props and outfits when I feel like it. And yes, in case you're wondering, I am sitting on my doll sofa, and it's actually pretty comfy. I built it myself so it can support like 300 pounds, and adults love to sit on the tiny sofa. It's really funny. I already had little candy ornaments on the tree, and I decided to keep a few of those, but I added some beads as garland, which are broken necklaces from what I picked up during our summer vacation. It was actually the very first vacation I've been on in my entire life. We went to Pensacola and ended up being there during their fiesta of 5 Flags, which I guess is sort of their equivalent to Mardi Gras. We were in town getting some food when a parade float full of clowns went by, and I was like, what the heck? I love circus stuff and circus aesthetic. My grandmother Ruby was a circus performer, so it holds a special place in my heart, but clowns are the one part I cannot deal with. But they threw us some beads, and then police started shutting down roads while the parade lined up, so we stayed and caught so many beads. My husband was like, what are you gonna do with all those? And I said I didn't know, but I'd make something beautiful with them, so here we are. The little red ornaments are some tiny real glass ornaments I got at IKEA last year in like February, so they were a whole 25 cents for the box, and I love how the little tree looks all put together. It's actually a bit small for my 1/3 scale dolls, so I may find a box or something to put under the tree skirt to get it to stand a little higher. Maybe someday I'll get them a bigger tree. I used the leftover bits and pieces from the wreath to make some decorations for the table and added a votive candle to look like a pillar candle. And while it's still pretty modest and needs a bit more color and festivity added around the shelves and things, I think this is a good start for decorating for a very dolly Christmas. I know a lot of other people like decorating tiny trees for their dolls this time of year, so if you do any doll scale holiday decorating, please leave a comment because I would love to know about it. Now I just need to dress my dolls appropriately for this modern holiday season, and we will be ready to begin celebrating. That's all for today, so thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.